Hello folks, and welcome back to SnowRunner, my hardcore mode. And this is episode 100 of this series. So hit a little bit of a milestone there. And right now we are in the twin steer. And I've got somebody behind me here. And we're delivering wood out to the cabin construction site. Map doesn't want to move. Come on. There we go, right out there. We're going to deliver this wood out there, and we're going to see how the twin steer will do going through this mud. So let's get after it. I have been playing for the last few days on my other playthrough, just testing some things out, testing out how to do constructions and stuff like that. And I actually did one of the missions and the game locked up on me basically. I was having all kinds of trouble with it. And as soon as I get here where it's a little more solid, I'll show you the mission that I did. It was the Gold Horse Mining Conveyor Belt Section 1. So what I did was I built a cabin and I took it out to the Section 1, which is, I don't know what's wrong with the map, doesn't want to move. But you can see Cabin Zone 2 up there. So I took it up to this cabin zone here, and I put it in the area that's marked, and all of a sudden my game started getting jerky, and when I would go into this, it would take forever for this to come up, and if I click down here it would automatically jump back up to the first one. I go down here and then it would automatically jump up to the first one. So same way with the vehicles, if I went down here I could go maybe 6 vehicles down and then it jumped right back up here to this one. And I could not select anything, it just kept jumping. Couldn't get anything to work right. So what I did was, I thought that playthrough was pretty much done. I'm not sure his mic is on. Yep, it's on. Okay. I thought maybe I'd reach some kind of glitch and I wouldn't be able to play the game anymore on that profile, or that playthrough. So the next day I got on it and I restarted my Xbox and took the disc out, because I've got it on disc. Took the disc out, turned my Xbox off, unplugged it, let it clear everything, came back and it did the exact same thing. So I couldn't basically play the game in that profile. I couldn't jump back to the garage, couldn't do anything. So I thought, let me go ahead and take that container out of that zone. So I was using the winch at the time. Let's see if we can get into high gear. Yeah, this is not doing too bad. It's not the greatest, but anyway, I pulled the container back out of the loading of the drop-off zone and set it on the ground, and all of a sudden everything worked fine. I could jump into vehicles, I could bring up missions, I could do all that stuff. So I kind of thought, well, maybe I have to do the other 3 deliveries that's part of this before I actually deliver the crane. Deliver the cabin, excuse me. So I did the other parts of the mission where the cabin was the last thing I had to do. I went over, and as soon as I put the cabin in there, it started glitching again. And this time it accepted it. and I completed the mission. But again, it was just glitching. I could not get it to work right. So I took the cabin back out and put it on the ground. And then everything started working fine again. Thinking, okay, maybe it's just that one mission there's an issue with. So I went ahead and did another mission that required a cabin over there. And I completed, actually required 2 cabins over there. So I went over and I did that mission and completed everything but the 2 cabins. I hauled the 2 cabins over, put the first cabin in, and it glitched out on me again. But this time I had taken the forklift over. First time I did it with the crane, and I thought maybe that's the reason it's glitching is because I have the crane. Ugh, I'm talking too much. But when I put the first cabin in, it started glitching again, even with the forklift. And I went ahead and picked up the other one, which I'd already had sitting there, ready to go just in case. And I took it, put it in, completed the mission. The glitching was still going on. I couldn't change trucks. I couldn't get out of back into that mission. I couldn't do anything basically. And I went ahead and took those 2 cabins out and set them on the ground, and everything was fine. So don't know what the deal is with it. But if you run across the same issue and you can't change vehicles and it keeps jumping to the top and it won't let you do anything, just take that cabin back out and put it on the ground and everything should be fine. So again, that was with my other playthrough, my original one. And in that one I can recover to the garage and do all kinds of other neat and wonderful stuff. I can't pull you up there yet because I have vehicles sitting over there. So let's go ahead and get the Voronggrad, which is sitting over there because I want to try it out. I've been doing a lot of testing, my other playthrough. What works the best? Snow tires with chains on them, or mud tires? Which vehicles actually run the best in different areas? And running the scouts around, see what scouts run the best. One thing I can tell you about the Voronggrad here, the Voronggrad runs good, but when you're in Impossumandra mud here, it doesn't do very good. Everywhere else on the maps it does fine. And the chain tires seem to work better than the mud tires. This thing will not climb up you've got a few areas that have rocky areas to climb up that have water running down them. This will not climb up those without the chain tires on, but you put the chain tires on and you're in medium mud or you're on the road, this thing runs awesome. It really does. And it crosses the river pretty good in several places, because that's another thing I've been doing. You have these, and I'm calling them Impossumandra areas because they remind me of Imandra, because it has so many areas that you're just, basically you're watching YouTube videos, squeezing the trigger, and looking back every 2 or 3 minutes to see that you've went 10 feet. And I really don't like that. I have found a couple of those areas on this map. This area is not too bad. This first part of it is. It's a pain in the butt till you get up to the railway station. And after that, everything runs pretty good. But you have to bring the right truck. And this truck with the mud tires on it, just does not like the deep mud on this map. Chain tires are better. And I already had this set up and brought over here with mud tires on it. This is hardcore playthrough, so there's no recovery to the garage. I have to make this delivery and get it back before I can change tires on it. But it seems most of the vehicles, most of the heavy trucks on this map are running pretty good with chain tires as opposed to the mud tires. There are exceptions. One of the internationals actually runs better with the mud tires than the chain tires. The scout vehicles seem to run better with mud tires than chain tires. But like I said, I've had a few days to do a lot of testing because I've had chest cold and was unable to do any streaming. Yeah, this truck does not like this area. Yeah, finally made it to a winch point. Now we can cook with some grease here. I've had a chest cold. I'm feeling better today. My doctor required me to have a COVID test, so I went and had that done. One of the quick 15-minute ones. They test it, in 15 minutes you have your results. Because their office was packed, so I had to go to a place called Med Express, which honestly, Med Express, you go there if you have something simple that you know what is wrong with you and you can tell them, because if they have to figure it out themselves, they basically just look it up on the internet. And I actually had a couple of times they have misdiagnosed me or one of my immediate family. Once to a point where my daughter was almost hospitalized because they gave her medicine for something they thought she had. She had something totally different. But anyway, went and got the quick 15-minute COVID test, and my doctor was not pleased. And she administered her own. She said those 15-minute ones are not very good. They're not as accurate, and there are some forms of the COVID that they don't even pick up. So I didn't know there were different strains of it, I guess is what they're called. But anyway, I'm waiting on the results for that. But I'm feeling better, so I think I'm okay. I can actually breathe now. And I can talk for more than 20 minutes without going into a coughing fit. I have been medicated. Professional medicated, not Walmart medicated. Well, I actually did get it from Walmart, but Walmart pharmacy and not out there where everybody can grab stuff. And I feel much better. Luckily, I did have a couple of videos that I'd already done before I got sick, and I was able to put those out. So for those that are on YouTube, for better or worse, you could still see my videos. But we'll see how today goes. Yeah, this mud here is just not very good for this truck. I think if I had the chain tires on, it might be okay. And I will test it again with, well, I did test it with the chain tires. And it moved a lot better than this. But like I said, I already had this loaded up. Had it sitting over there. Now we're going to get a little bit of speed, maybe. A little bit of traction. Pull me up, buddy. Pull me up. And I have had, or watched some people playing that go down the railroad tracks. I have not opened this railroad track up yet. And I have tried going down the railroad tracks. Every time I've tried to go down the railroad tracks, I've taken major damage or ended up flipping the truck. So, like I said, I have the area over here blocked because what I've been doing is using our trailer that we found and got to keep to come over here and bring containers over and load them up. But now I need wood because I did make 2 cabins, and I did find out, actually I made 4 cabins. Let's change trucks. Back to Collab, and I just dropped off 2 more containers. And with this trailer, I cannot back it out of here. I can, but it's a pain in the butt. There we go. So it's much easier to do it this way. Just hook up to it, and I've been using a collab, but I want to use the collab for something else. So I brought the P16 over here, and I brought it over from the other map, and it actually had no problems getting over here. It did really well. And it turns better than a collab. I didn't hit you, did I? No. Yep. That was wrong. Bad backing up job. Probably too far. Nope. Good to go. Alright, so let's see how you do going through this little muddy area, which this one isn't as bad as the other one. And let's go back down into low. Diff lock is always on. Well, it might be bad for this truck. But I have faith in the pig. The pig can do it. In my other playthrough, I'm doing decking them out, putting hood ornaments and stuff like that. and found out something really interesting. There is a dolphin hood ornament, and one of the, I'm assuming that's what it is, but one of the collabs was actually called the Dolphin in MudRunner. And, oh, see, now we're doing pretty good. But on that particular truck, you cannot put a hood ornament. So they put a Dolphin hood ornament, and the one that was called the Dolphin can't get a hood ornament. And watching UK Gamer 808, so shout out to him for all your SnowRunner news. He does videos at least once a week, sometimes more, with the SnowRunner news for the week, and I have learned a lot from him about what is coming up. But he said that according to the developers in the next update, there will be a change in the forklift controls. I am hoping the change also includes being able to operate the forks while moving. But I am starting to get used to the forklift controls, but they're still a pain in the butt because a couple of them are just, for some reason to me, they're wrong. They're going the wrong way. I hit a button and it just back up. Watch out for the old Stumpy there. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting containers. Back her up. And I've been taking containers over to the cabin crafting area, because I was under the understanding at first there are some quantities of things at these locations, and you can only get so many. And I thought the containers were one of them because I misread it. Yeah, that's far away. I need to get closer than that. But anyway, the containers here, there's not a set limit. So I've been actually in the other playthrough, been driving around trying to find freaking containers all over the map because I need a lot of containers for a lot of cabins. And then I discovered there's no limit to containers here. Change trucks. And what I do, I've been loading up 2 containers, and then while I've got the crane out, going ahead and loading a container here, putting one over there, and waiting on the next time that I'm ready to do containers. So activate the anchors. It just makes it easier. Show damage. That's not what I want. Oh, duh, start the engine. What the crap is it hooked to? Sounded like the winch was going off. Okay. So let's go ahead and get these 2 loaded. Oh, wait a minute. My anchor's down? Yeah, they're down. The truck just seemed really wobbly. Oh, excuse me. And get rid of you and go into that mode. No, you're not going to do it. Okay. So move the container over here. Swing back, drop you down. Pick you up. And then, oh yeah, that cargo mode. I haven't been in it in a few days. Cargo container, loading platform. To my anchors. Get rid of that. Just prepping the next load. Because it keeps restoring my crane. Make sure that's right. Back to B16, we'll load everything up. And we're ready to go. But before I take this on, I need some, I'm out of wood over there. So I can't craft any more cabins until I get some more wood. So I did say earlier that I crafted 4 cabins. I did, but I only have 2 cabins. That's not gonna let me refuel. Change trucks. Refuel. Oh, and this will not fit on the heavy equipment trailer. It won't go up on it. I tried. And also if you just put a flatbed on your truck, even if you get the crane up on it, or yeah, the forklift up on it, you cannot pack the forklift on a flatbed truck. I have not tried it on this one yet. But on a flatbed truck, you cannot pack the crane. The crane needs to be put on a trailer. I'm not the crane, I'm sorry. I keep saying crane, but it's a forklift. Forklift needs to be put on a trailer. You can pack a truck with a heavy, a truck with a heavy crane. You can pack that on a trailer. Semi-trailer. So I have done that, and you can take something like the Voron with a flatbed on it, and you can put a scout vehicle on it, and it will pack it. But I can't pack the forklift on a flatbed trailer at all. I can't get it to pack. And I did try to go ahead and move it. I put the forks down where it kind of lifted the front end off the ground a little bit, and then winched to the back of it because I put it on backwards. And it stayed on until the first couple of bumps, then fell off. So if you're going to transport the to transport the forklift, it has to be done by trailer. Alright, so cargo management. And nope, that's not what I want. What the crap? Loading cargo? I don't want loading cargo. Well, I did have one other truck that I could not load cargo into there until I backed it in. So let's see if this is another one. Now I've been bringing cargo containers over here with the collab and that trailer, and I haven't had an issue. I just pull it in there and it accepts it. So let's try this one. Nope. I don't want to load. Huh. Don't know. It's everything's packed, right? Unpack, repack. Nope, it's not letting me switch to dropping off cargo. Alright, so what I may need to do is use the crane. And let's go ahead and stop the engine. Change trucks. I can't use that one. Can't use the collab right now, but I need to get it out of the way. And let's bring the Voron Grad up here and see if I can offload it with that. So I keep interrupting myself, but I was saying that I made 4 of the containers, and I tried to, or 4 of the cabins. The first one I made, I tried to put it on the loading dock so that I can manually load it, because I have to manually load everything in this game. It's my hardcore mode. And it disappeared. I don't know where it went to. It was gone. It was not back in the warehouse. I've looked all over the map, can't find that cabin anywhere. So I was like, okay, maybe I did something wrong. So I did it really slow, made sure I did everything perfectly the way it was supposed to be done, and tried to put it on the loading dock, and the next one disappeared too. So no idea where those 2 cabins are. It's just like they vanished into thin air. So the next 2, what I did was I went ahead and auto loaded them on the truck and then took them off with the crane. That's why you see the Fleet Star there. So the Fleet Star was taking them off. The Fleet Star will reload them on a truck to deliver them. But Hopefully that's a bug they will fix in the next update. And I was just on earlier today on the other profile, because I was on the other playthrough, because I was trying to complete the rejuvenation mission. Man, that thing is a beast. With semi-trailers. It still took 6 trips with fully loaded semi-trailers to take all of that cargo over there. But I learned a few things. First off, you can do this without trailers. It's just going to take you a lot longer. And secondly, you got to go through the woods. If you try to stay on the road, making your first delivery and the other one, the rejuvenation, it is going to take you forever to do these missions. But if you take to the woods and go around the mud, there's a lot of areas that you can skip the mud. And that makes it a lot easier. So let's see if this one will unload. What the crap? I have cargo containers in there. I don't know why it's not letting me drop anything off. Could the warehouse be full? It didn't say anything. Said it didn't have enough space. But I did put a bunch of other stuff in the warehouse. Let's move you over here. Unpack. And let's change trucks. Maybe I filled up the warehouse. I never saw anything where you can fill up a warehouse. Oh, wrong way. What'd I do? Okay, come on, game. Must hit the wrong button by accident. There we go. Now I got my faraway crane. So in order to do that, to get a faraway view like this, you just push down on the right thumbstick. Which I didn't know till somebody pointed that out to me. But I can say I have used it a lot. Yeah, we'll just drop you down there. I had a bunch of other stuff over here. I had some steel and some bricks. And I thought I'd clean the area up. And I loaded them in there. And that might be the issue. Maybe I filled everything up. So I did put beams in there. So let's get the beams out of here. Let's park it right there first. Now let's see, since I took 2 slots out of there, let's see if I can load 2 of the wood in here. Oh. And see, it's not even giving me my crafting. It's like the triggers are not working. Because that's where I should be able to cycle through the crafting. So that's something I'm going to work on, see if I can figure it out. And I guess we can move over, and I do have, let's do a contest. I've had this truck sitting over here forever. So that's my Chevy. And got 16 gallons of gas. And no idea what this contest entails. Whoa, why am I... Okay, so that's a problem. I've got cargo management up here. You know? Hang on. Chevy, let's stop you. And let's try... Let's try pulling you out. Maybe that's the issue. Ah, see, now I've got open storehouse. So that was the issue. Since the P16 was sitting in one of the yellow dancing ants, that's all the game is recognizing what's in there. Okay, so let's do... Okay. There we go. Now we're cooking with grease. So let's go back into this. That was the problem. So where I'm sitting here, you can see down at the bottom where the X is, open storehouse, and mine said cargo management. So because the P16 was sitting in the other loading zone, that's all that it was giving me. Alright, so cabin. We have 6 cargo containers. I need 1, and 4 wooden planks, and I need 2. So I'm going to craft it. Craft that one, so that gives me 2. Go back in here. And not enough cargo in the storehouse, so I need to get out of crafting. So So in my loading, I can now load two of those. Alright. And like I said, since I'm auto-loading them, I'm going to bring them over here and take them off so that I have to manually load them. So let's go ahead and put you back in there. That way I have some steel if I need it. And let's get these other woods loaded back up and get those taken care of, and then we'll also get these containers. Well, let's go change trucks and let's unpack it. So don't forget, if you're playing this game and you're getting ready to play it, do not leave your crane unpacked around cargo, because if I left this crane way up in the air, start the engine. So if I left this crane unpacked when I drove that cargo over here, that crane would have started whirlpooling and jumping all over the place and making a nuisance of itself. So always pack your crane back up. If you know you're done with it, it will make life so much easier. Because like I said, when it whirls around and twirls, and when it finally stops, if it doesn't tear your load up or crushes things, when you actually go into the crane, however many times it spun one way, it will unwind going the other way and cause damage. So I wanted to see if I could stack these. But it's closer than I thought it was. Yep, I can stack them. Because I figured it up. I don't have the figures in front of me either. But you're going to need a lot of these cabins. I think there's one that requires like 20 cabins. And you could just store them in the warehouse. It's no biggie. But it doesn't look as cool if we're in the warehouse. Yeah, close enough. Nope, that was wrong. So activate the anchors again, because I forgot I've got to load up this wood over here. That was a bad job right there. But as long as they stay and as long as I can pick them up. boom down a little bit, make this easier. Get it up all over my truck because I don't want to damage it. And restore the crane. Stop the engine. Change trucks. And pack the cargo. See, it looks much better now. And 2 available. Unload them. And actually, yeah, I can do another cabin, but I'll wait. Alright, so I have other missions. What do I have up here? I have a truck up here that I wanted to use for something else. Oh, the 4380. Because a lot of these I have to get back and get some chain tires on them. And this was 2 consumables. I think there are 2 consumables here. And I believe what I'm going to do, as I said, a lot of these missions require a lot of trips over and over and over. So I think what I'm going to do is take some of the cargo out to these locations and then maybe deliver the last couple of cargo. So, consumables on the loading platform. And need to put my anchors back down, which is a pain in the butt. Okay, there it is. That's the view I wanted. Alright, so Fallen Stones requires 2 consumables. And that is the railroad track. So I'm actually going to take the railroad tracks and see if I can deliver this, not all the way, but part of the way. See if I can deliver this without tipping over or having too much damage. Yeah, I was talking earlier about the glitch with the cabins. When you load them, you'll know you've got the glitch if once you load it you start hearing ticking sounds. Sounds like a clock. I thought it was some kind of countdown timer that I couldn't see. But it's not. It's the game trying to do something or another. I don't know what it's trying to do. But it is very annoying, and it took about an hour to figure it out. Or I should say I messed with it for about an hour. Couldn't figure it out. even jumped on my other playthroughs, couldn't figure it out. Everything on those worked perfectly. It was just the one that I delivered the cabin to. Come on now, you can do better than this. Probably have... I thought I had chain tires on it, but I might have mud tires. I thought mud tires would be better here, so I had mud tires on everything. And I found out that some trucks need chain tires to make them run good. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And today is Thanksgiving here in the US. And if you're watching it on YouTube, happy Thanksgiving yesterday, because I'm going to go ahead and edit this up tonight so I have something for the channel tomorrow. And then hopefully tomorrow I can do more streams. I might even... Uh-oh. I'm about out of gas. That was bad. Nope, that's empty. No, I don't have a fuel tanker there. I have a fuel tanker in my other playthrough, but it is empty. I do have a fuel tanker on up here, but I'm not going to make it to it. So that's the problem with having two different gameplays in the same area. Sometimes you forget what you have. And then sometimes I forget which gameplay I'm doing. It's hardcore mode, can't buy trailers. Except for the one equipment trailer that I bought just because I wanted to be able to haul equipment around. So I did break the rule there, but just the one. And I had been debating on whether or not to buy trailers. Since the map did give me one, then I did. The map did give me one trailer. So I don't think I'm going to buy trailers. The trailer I got sucks, but... Ooh, you're gonna make it. By the skin of my teeth. Just under 5 gallons of gas. So let's refuel. Alright, so we're going to attempt to go down the railroad tracks and deliver this. I can deliver it without going down the railroad tracks. And this is probably going to be a big mistake. Like I said, every time I've went down the railroad tracks, I've had issues. Let's back you up. Let's get on the railroad tracks early. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Might make it though. Come on, go over. And no flipping. Hot dog, I got it. accept that. So the railroad tracks are opened up now. And I'm going to go back because I don't need this truck over in this area. Back where I was, I needed to gather more materials. So yeah, I think I should have went ahead and crossed the railroad tracks and then drove down this way. That might have been easier. But we made it, so I'm happy with that. And with that brings an end to my 1 hour mark. So I think what I'm going to do, conveyor belt section 3, I'm not going to do that. But we are going to go ahead in the next episode and do this one. This is the one I was talking about earlier. No, it's not. That's gold mine. Where? Oh, sewage treatment. So yeah, on this one you have 4 small pipes, 4 concrete blocks, 2 concrete slabs, 2 metal beams. Yeah, so I've already done that, and that's, let's see, that's 2, that's, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 loads. No, that's not the one I did. Hang on. Ore sorting center. There we go. So it's 4 loads for metal beams, 3 loads for wooden planks, 2 loads for concrete blocks, and 3 loads for consumables, and then deliver 2 cabins. So yeah, that requires a lot, and I have not done this part yet. So, but we may, we'll definitely do, in the next one we're going to do conveyor section 1. 4 consumables, 2 fuel, 2 metal beams, and we're going to deliver a cabin and see if it glitches out on this playthrough or not. Maybe it's just my other playthrough. No idea. So join me in the next one, and we'll see if we can't get this knocked out and maybe even get some other missions knocked out. So I appreciate you watching, and leave me some comments. Let me know how I'm doing, what I can do to improve, and then we're also going to go over and definitely get the Chevy first thing and do whatever these are, the short and the long, which I'm assuming is driving down these areas, and just see what that's about. Get these timed events out of the way. So I will see you in the next episode, and until then, have a good one.